I'm not gonna say I'm sorry for how I look or apologize for my appearance because I have been working in my yard, pressure washing my house. I've been thinking, I've been doing a lot of thinking as I do different things around the house and I'm by myself working. It's kind of like a therapy. I talk to God, I pray. Something, everybody wants to come to the United States of America because of the freedom and you can do this and you can do that. And the government promises these foreigners all these tax credits if they come to the United States and move their businesses here and all this kind of stuff. We're being used, we're being abused. The government has enabled it. The government has caused it. You can't go anywhere else probably in the world, for the most part, and do the things that you do here in the United States. Now, with that said, I've been considering, why is that? Well, these other countries have rules. Call it communist, call it socialist. Some of it I agree with. No, all of it I don't agree with. What I am coming to understand is there's a reason. Witnessing what the United States has become in this last year absolutely tells me these countries that are socialist, communist, Marxist, it's called preventive maintenance. And why? Look at the United States. The Bible says all things are permissible, but not all things are good. I think we have a classic case here. First of all, this New York governor that won, bruh, go back home. Okay, you want to come here to do what? You want to live the American dream. The majority of his people, his kind, I'm not going to call out specific whatever. The majority of his type come here to try to convert us to what they are. Well, if it's so great where you are, stay where you are. You don't need to convert us. We don't want to be converted. People can hem and haw. They can go pound salt for all I care because we are a Christian nation. Separation of government and state means we were founded as a Christian nation. They can't tell you what denomination you are to be. And that's it. I personally believe if you're not a Christian, you don't run for anything over here in the United States. If you're not American born, you do not get to run for anything here in the United States. Stop offering these foreigners these deals to come here. And I'm not going to call out a specific class of people or a specific race or demographic of people, but there are certain individuals who come here and they're known for their little gas station businesses. Okay? From what I understand, and I could be wrong, they run it for 5 years because they don't have to pay taxes. Then what do? Oh, they sell it or transfer it into a family member's name from over the pond. And then what? They don't have to pay taxes on it for another 5 years. American people who were born and raised here can't get those kind of deals. Why? I'm sorry, if these people had good intentions to come here, that would be one thing. But their intentions are not good 99% of the time. Government needs to wake up. For this EBT, let me tell you something. All these people being laid off with the government, let me tell you about them. Rehire them. Then have them go and verify and validate everything that is put on the application form. I know married couples, literally, who make like $500,000 a year. They were going to have a baby. They went and applied for WIC, said they were separated. That's so wrong. And you know, the thing is that people do this and then they reap what they sow because God promises that, and I've seen it come true. And you're going to pay back 10 times what you were dishonest about, whether it was stealing, fibbing, and people who call themselves Christians and go around telling people how to manipulate the government. You're not a Christian. Because if you're faithful in small things, you're going to be faithful in big things. That's wrong. But okay, so go verify what these people say. Have someone follow them. Listen, they've let go of enough federal employees. Oh, they could put them doing this. Absolutely. My dad worked at a bank years ago, and there's a lady who came in, and she had 5 Social Security checks. Same first name, all last name different. So, Daddy called the Social Security office, and you know what he got told? Mind his own business, that it would cost more for them to run down and solve this issue, and I guess what they'd have to fight legally, I don't know, or to try to recoup what's basically been stolen, that it would cost more to do that than it would for them to continue to pay the benefits. Mind his own business. I think it was his own business because my daddy paid taxes, so did my mama, so do I, so does my husband. It is our business. I'm sorry. You proud of yourself because you're able to steal this and get your EBT and your nails and your tattoos and your big earrings and your tall hair, and you live just lubberly? And you better learn to lie? Ooh, there's a great day a-coming. The Lord don't sleep. He don't like ugly. And the whole thing that caused man to be in the situation it is today was Satan deceiving Adam and Eve. A lie. A lie. So, all these delusional people, hey, Choki, all these delusional people and their EBT, the majority, a vast majority, probably should not be on it. Disabled people, and I'm talking about a real disability. I'm not talking about your kid has ADHD at school. Where was ADHD when I was growing up? It's called you got a belt on your behind. Okay, wait a minute. Mama's trying to do something here. It's called you got a belt on your behind and you behaved. Okay? A learning disability? How would y'all know? These kids, none of them, well, I don't say none. I'd be willing to say 90% of the kids that graduate today, they could not pass a simple test to validate that they are eligible for a high school diploma. We're in a sad state of affairs. The Bible has told us that this is how it's going to be. No, I'm not going to stop praying. I mean, God's got to allow for this to happen because he is going to prove what he said was going to happen and how it was going to happen. And he's got to give Satan every opportunity he can so that when the end comes and God says, told you I'd beat you, Satan will not have one thing that he can reflect on and say, but I wasn't able or I didn't get to. God's a God that covers all the bases. He dots all the I's. He crosses all the T's. Now, for these people abusing the system, and what is it? I'm sorry, y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can get mad at me. I really don't care. Okay? You walking around with these hog rings in your nose. That's not attractive. I literally, from when I was growing up, have the tool that was used to ring the hogs' noses so they wouldn't dig out from under the fence or make big holes in the yard where the pig pen was. I hope y'all don't think it's cute, because it's not. And all of these people, 90% of the people that I see, and these are my own statistics, don't quote me on this, 90% of the people I see, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, social media, okay, so Understand that leaves out probably a mass of people, but the ones who are publicly speaking out on social media. All colored hair, don't know if they a boy or girl. Say they a boy, identify as a girl. Say they a girl, identify as a boy. These rings and just abnormal looking. I'm sorry. All of them that are speaking up, that support illegals, that support the government, just liberal. It's disgusting. And it's all the same quality of people. And yes, I said quality. Because they all fit into this little square. It's so obvious. You can't miss it. I don't know what to say other than people need to get to know Jesus. They need to thank God, praise God, glorify God, realize the sacrifice of his son for our sins, because I'll tell you what, I look around me and I see the sinning going on, and by far I am not sinless. Let's get that right. Get it straight. I'm a saved sinner. I do my best, but I still fall, and that reminds me, you're always going to need God. But all of these sinful people and the sinning I see going on, I can't imagine the weight of the abuse, the pain of the abuse that Jesus sustained if it contained all these sins and the way the world is today. Nothing can compare. Quit having babies. You can't feed them. The baby daddy is in jail. Can't support you. You doing it as a career move to stay on the benefits for life. Nobody owes you a dang thing. You go back to the Bible. Adam and Eve, after he had sinned, what did God tell him? You will now have to till the soil in order for you to eat. Before that, it was all given. We've created this situation. Now, you can either learn to get out of it and rise above it. You know something else? I think about Dr. Martin Luther King. He wasn't perfect, but I believe he had a sincere heart for what he was trying to do. I believe he had a sincere heart. He wanted everyone to have the same opportunities. Now, let's rephrase that. He wanted the black people to be able to have the opportunities and the rights that white people had. Black people. This man has got to be turning over in his grave. It was for y'all to have the opportunity to have and do and achieve everything that other people could. And y'all have mucked that up. A great many. A great many. Many more than not. I look at people like Candace Owens. What a beautiful, well-spoken, educated young lady. I watch Anton Daniels all the time on YouTube. Educated, well-spoken, call it like it is, honest, straight up young man. Why? Why? It's possible. The evidence is there. The proof is there. They're on social media. They're in your neighborhoods. I worked for a black man who used to go to Harvard, and his son had gone to Harvard too. It's out there. It's possible. And it's not just about getting an education. I think education sometimes in a formal setting can do more harm than it does good. You got to have a relationship with Jesus to understand what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's not good, and have a heart for that. You can be broke and penniless and still have a good heart, and people are going to respect you. But when you telling me, I'm not getting my way, so I'm going to steal what I want. Oh, please. Life is not about getting your way. Could have been had Adam and Eve not sinned. Had Satan not deceived them. That's not an option anymore. Sorry. I could go on forever, but I've been on here for about 15 minutes, and I think it's time I shut up. You don't have to agree. You don't have to like me. I don't care. I just been wanting to say my piece. The truth offends people. Second book of Thessalonians tells you in the end days, people will want what they want, when they want, and how they want. We're there. Oh, we're there. Y'all go read some Bible. Love you some Jesus. And realize that Jesus had things in order. There was an order to everything Jesus did. There was a place. There was a time. There were walls. Remember the walls of Jericho? They came down. You ever read about heaven and the walls around heaven? There are always going to be rules and regulations, and you can hate it till you are blue in the face. And if you think that you're in control, that's one other thing. It is absolutely laughable. The Democrats wanting to have power and control, or even the Republicans. God's in control. You can be whoever you want and claim that you are responsible for your destiny to an extent. Because when you ask God to move mountains, don't be surprised when he hands you a shovel. You have to do your part. And I don't see very many people doing their part lately. I see a lot of people reaping what they have sown. Oh, call it karma, please. Let's be secular. Karma. You're getting what you deserve. I pray for this nation. I pray for this world. I pray for our leaders. I pray for the hearts of people every day. And I thank God for my many, many, many blessings. Y'all take care.